What's up, Pioneer people? Bryant Cook. Tonight we're playing Turbo Lotus Field Combo. I actually uploaded this video about a month ago in the card above. You can find that. Tonight we're making some adjustments to that video, seeing how it goes. So I've received some questions because last week I uploaded a what would Bryant play at the RCQ video. This is similar for Pioneer. This is actually the deck list that I think I would suggest going in as of right now. Let's see if I have any changes after we play 5 matches of Magic. But for now, this is what I'm thinking. In that previous video, I had a couple situations where I wasn't able to cast spells with the Pathland. So tonight we're trying Yavimaya Coast again. Yes, it does deal you damage in an aggro or fast format, I'm aware, but the color opportunity of going turn 1 Grazer and your turn 2 Impulse was something that I noticed. And I don't want to have to be restricted. You could also try 2-path to Yavimaya Coast or just 4-path, but this is just something I wanted to try out. So tonight we're playing for Yavimaya Coast. Outside of the main deck, that's it. In the sideboard, we've gone down to 3 Leyline of Sanctity, 3 Mystical Dispute, and a single copy of Thought Distortion. We're adding in 3 copies of Pithing Needle to help beat the mono green Devotion deck, because we really only care about one card out of that deck, and it's Karn the Great Creator. And Karn gets a number of cards that beat us, but the primary one is Damping Sphere. They only play 1 Boseiju, or at least the most recent list on Goldfish only have 1 Boseiju. So Needle should do a pretty good job against them. And then the rest of the sideboard, it's really just removal spells. For those, the mono white humans, that sort of stuff. So that's what we're looking to do here today. But if you're more curious about my specific build and why I didn't play Emergent Ultimatum, all that stuff, go check out that previous video. But in general, I'm not a big fan of Emergent Ultimatum. That list is weak to opposing copies of Boseiju, Mystical Dispute, and a number of other things. And I've really enjoyed playing this list over the last month since I recorded that video. So that's what we'll be doing tonight. This is my first time trying the Yavimaya Coast. I just think it's something that needs to be explored again, so we'll be playing that. But I've really enjoyed Growth Spiral, accelerating our wins alongside Arboreal Grazer, just allowing me to turn 4 more consistently, because I feel like that's something that's the deck has needed. So buckle up. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, whatever, put those in the comment section down below. But for now, I'm just waiting to play some Magic, or wanting to play some Magic. I'll see you in the first match. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. You can also show your support by becoming a member of this channel. You get sweet perks such as badges, emotes, exclusive members-only content, and access to our members Discord section. As you increase the tiers, there are other rewards such as shop discounts, sideboard guides, early access to videos, and even free donation decks. Click the join button down below to find out more. We also have other ways you can support us, such as theepicstorm.com/shop, or submitting a donation deck via theepicstorm.com/donation decks. That's enough for now. Let's play some Magic. Match number 1 with Turbo Lotus Field Combo. We are on the play, and this is not a turbo hand, but I do think it's an acceptable keep. We have Impulse to help find Lotus Field. We already have Stage. We have a payoff. Let's do it live. Turn 1 Sanctum, pass the turn. All of the Storm Giants. Okay. We will pass. I don't want to play into Spell Pierce if I can help it. They cast Opt, and I will Impulse. Pick up the Scrying. Okay. They're going to represent counter magic here, so I'm not going to play the Sylvan Scrying. I'll just play out the Thespian Stage and pass. Land number 3. Pieces of the Puzzle. They hit a Phoenix and a Shredder, so those two immediately go to the graveyard, so does the land. So they have Fiery Impulse and Opt. I guess I'll copy my Sanctum. It's pretty free to do so. They have to go to cleanup and they discard the Fiery Impulse. We'll cast the Sylvan Scrying, grab the Lotus Field, play it, and we'll sacrifice these 2. I guess I could have had an untapped blue source here, but I don't expect most people to respect that. Like, most people know that Lotus Field doesn't have turn 1 or 1 mana interaction. Another Pieces of the Puzzle. Wow. So those 3 lands, a Galvanic Iteration, and a Chart a Course. They discard another Fiery Impulse. Is that a win? I don't think so. Let's cycle. So I have to be able to beat a Spell Pierce here, which is very doable. Draw. Cycle Vizier. Another Dark Petition. Okay. Now we'll copy the Lotus Field. Hidden Strings. I believe that we have like a Past in Flames win here. And by Past in Flames, I mean Lier. This line feels a lot like playing Legacy Storm. Let's bail again first. Return the Hidden Strings. Because this line makes 1 mana. Untap, untap. Oh, what are you doing? That was not what I wanted to do. It just switched phases on me. I clicked no on the hidden strings and it just went through my phases. I had a win there. That's really obnoxious. I should pass the turn now. Old Modal UI. I will be filing a claim about that. I clicked no on the hidden strings and all of a sudden I'm in my second main phase. I had 3 floating. Yeah, I had Dark Petition into Lier with 2 mana floating, into Hidden Strings, into Dark Petition, into another Dark Petition for Pore. Yeah, that's extremely frustrating. They play Chart a Course. They play a land. Phoenix number 2 entered the graveyard. They cast Consider. They need 1 more spell. Another Chart a Course. Another tapped out, and I'll be able to win on my turn. Right, I'm just going to cast this Growth Spiral now. Another Growth Spiral. No. And then Impulse. I guess Peer into the Abyss also wins. We'll take the Peer. Okay, we'll take 6. We're at 14. We'll cast Dark Petition. Just trying to make a little bit more floating mana. Grab a Hidden Strings. Cast it. Okay. Tap for triple black. 2 colorless. Peer with 3 open mana. Draws 20. I didn't hit a single untapper in there. Wow. Not my day. And I'm 1 mana short of Pore pages. Did I just throw this game? I could impulse and try to hit. There wasn't even a Vizier in there. Might just be dead. Should have just went for the Lier win. I didn't go for Lier intentionally because I didn't want to show them that their lightning axes had value in game 2. And now I'm being punished for it. Impulse, and we didn't find a hidden strings. So we can play out Grazer and hope to not die. That's about the best we can do. I could have played Growth Spiral first there into Grazer. Yeah, there's a number of things that went wrong in this game. I mean, I should have won the previous turn if Moto didn't skip. Let's hope for some reason that my opponent doesn't kill me here. They play the Galvanic Iteration. Treasure Cruise. So they're drawing 6 here. They cast a Consider. They mill Island, so I believe I'm getting another turn. Block. Okay, let's try winning again. 4 over pages, 18 cards in deck. Untap, untap, discard Breeding Pool. Play Pore. Untap, untap. Discard Beseju. 4 over pages. Untap, untap. Discard Botanical Sanctum. Alright, we have 9 cards left in deck. I'm going to cast Pore number 4. This brings me down to 6. Discard this Grazer. I'm trying really hard to not show them the Lier. Cycle Grazer. Untap. Draw. Tap for a green. We'll Balaged Recovery back Pore over pages. Blue, blue. Play the Pore. Untap, untap. Discard Lotus Field. 2 cards left in deck. Cycle Vizier. Untap Lotus Field. Cast Dark Petition. We'll grab Lotus Field. And play Thassa's Oracle. This game was way more difficult than it needed to be. Triggers. So just to stunt on them, I'm going to bounce my Oracle. We still win the game. This card didn't actually matter. Oracle triggers on 0. We win. Okay, so we drew our entire deck. We did it the hard way. And now we're going to game 2 against Phoenix. I do like my disputes against them. I don't mind Thought Distortion. The question is, do you even like Niv-Mizzet against Phoenix? That's something that I've battled back and forth quite a bit with. I like boarding out Grazer. But is Phoenix good against the Lightning Axe deck, right? Like, that's the real question. I think it's probably worth having over Growth Spiral. Let's try this. Interesting. So we don't have a Lotus Field or a way to access Lotus Field. I think this hand's a trap. Much better. Much, much, much better. We'll bottom a Hidden Strings. Put the strings on the bottom. They play a Seaman's tapped. We take our draw. Sylvan Scrying off the top rope is a wonderful hit. Island. Thing in the ice. Okay. Makes the Niv-Mizzet a little bit worse. Scrying. Grab stage. Pass the turn. They cast an opt. They play a Ledger Shredder. Nice combo with your Thing in the ice there. Okay. I also love drawing that extra Hidden Strings. Let's play Impulse. Take the Pore. If our opponent taps out, we might be able to try to win the game next turn. Storm 1. Storm 2, Consider. So they get their Ledger Shredder trigger, but then the Thing in the ice, if it loses another counter, will bounce the Ledger Shredder. They discard Phoenix, which does work well with the Thing in the ice. Because Thing in the ice will flip, they go to combat, and then the Arclight Phoenix comes back. Okay, they get what they wanted here. So they return the Shredder, and now Phoenix will come back. They're looking for an untapped land and a Spell Pierce. Those would be their best two things following this play. They have a tap land. So they're saying, Bryant, good luck winning on your turn 4. I don't think you can do it. I'm going to lower half your life total. Play out the Thespian stage. And now it's up to us to try to win. Untap. Yes, yes, no. We will copy the Lotus Field. Play Hidden Strings. This will give us 7 mana, which is not enough to win with the Peer into the Abyss. So we can go up to 8 mana and cast Peer. Or we need 9 mana for Peer, so we're going up to 8 mana with the Pore over pages. Dark Petition, what does that do for us? I can get Lier. So if I go get Lier, let me think this through. I'd have 5 mana floating, play Lier. No, I'm 1 mana short of Lier winning. So I can go get another Hidden Strings. That's got to be the line. So I'm going to cast Pore over pages, or I'm sorry, I'm going to cast Peer into the Abyss with 1 Hidden Strings in my deck. Kind of risky. Yes, yes, no. Blue. All right, we have 1 Hidden Strings in our deck, and we need to draw it in the top 22. Cycle. Okay, this brings me up to 4 mana. 5 mana could get me to Pore over pages. We hit the Hidden Strings, we have a win. Yes, yes, no. 5 mana, play the Lier. And now it's just a cakewalk. Okay, we'll siphon onto the Lier because it's free to do so. We have 21 cards. 4 over pages. Discard a land. 4 over pages again. Don't even need to cast the Hidden Strings. Just drawing cards and loving it. 12 cards left. We have a number of Pores in our graveyard. Okay, just discard some more lands. This brings us down to 6 cards left in our library. What have I drawn over here? We have 3 Viziers, which equals 1 Pore. Let's cycle these, I guess. Untap. Take a draw. Cycle. Niv-Mizzet, we don't need you anymore. Cycle another Vizier. Take a draw. 3 cards left in deck. Impulse. We found the Pore, but it's too late. Technically, Thassa's Oracle wins right now, so let's just cast it. But you have a Maya Coast on top, and we win the match. We are 1-0 over Izzet Phoenix. Moxfield.com is the easiest way to build a Magic deck online. They support over 30 formats, including Legacy and many other Eternal formats. There are so many options to view decks the way that you want, from text view to individual cards, mana value, and even card price. There's also light mode and dark mode. My personal favorite feature is card tags. This way you can sort cards by function. Moxfield supports collection tracking, Scryfall search, decklist feedback, and so much more. Follow me on Moxfield.com so you can stay updated on all of my decks. Welcome to round number 2. We're on the draw against an opponent who just revealed Gruul, which likely means that they're on Fires of Invention. Here we have a Grazer start where we can go get Lotus Field, no payoff. I don't know how I feel about this, but I think I'm going to keep. I like having access to Lotus Field early. We have draw steps that payoffs, like it should be fine. And that gives us the land combo, so now we just need to draw into a payoff spell to win the game. Pass the turn. Okay, this looks like a weird Fires deck if it is one. We didn't quite need Lier, a little bit weird. Play the stage, tap it. I'll take one. Play the Sylvan Scrying. Go get Lotus Field. Take another one because I'm into hurting myself. Arboreal Grazer. Sacrifice these two. Pass the turn. This doesn't appear to be Fires. Draw for turn. Alright, any payoff will do. Pass the turn. Touch the Spirit Realm, so they're going to exile my Grazer and attack for 2. I'll fall to 15. They have 5 in hand. Draw for turn, and it's an Otawara. Doesn't do me a whole lot here. I guess I can play out the Lier, and if they try to kill it, I can bounce it with the Otawara. They cycle Jetmir's Garden on their main phase. Okay. They just conceded? What? Oh, I had nothing coming either. That's surprising to see. Okay. Sure. A little bit odd. I think I'm just going to Am I supposed to board here? I mean, you could board in the Wraths, but they seem to be a large deck, so that doesn't really make sense. I don't love this hand. Our opponent's playing like a pretty slow Kruger deck, so I'm somewhat inclined to keep. Alright, let's try this out. Tap Sacred Foundry. We'll take a draw step. Arboreal Grazer. That doesn't work well with the Balaged Recovery because it doesn't recognize it as a land, so the Grazer is actually kind of a bad draw. Fabled Passage, so no turn 2 play for the opponent. I will cast Impulse, looking for Lotus Field. They use their Fabled Passage in response. We do find the field. Pass the turn. Non-creature spells with converted mana cost 4 or more, cost 2 more to cast. I'll take 1 Growth Spiral. Put the Lotus Field onto the table. Sacrifice. Play the Grazer. I beside you. Pass. Fable the Mirrorbreaker. Play a tap land. They'll make me block, sure. Draw for turn, and it's Sylvan Scrying, so that goes and gets the stage. I think I'm actually going to cycle Vizier first, because I want to see what my options are. Because this could go get Otawara for the creature here. Okay, Sylvan Scrying. Hit the stage. Play stage. Tap for blue. Copy. And then let's Growth Spiral. Sure. Pass the turn. They discard Bone Crusher Giant. They play out Otawara. They are Fires. They're just a very weird build of it. Sure. Penrith. All your stuff has haste, including mine. Alright, it's time to try to win. Draw for turn. Another Thespian stage. Play that out. Okay. Hidden strings on these two. Yes, yes, no. So I have a total of 6 floating. 12, 13, 14. So if I By Balagad Recovery for Sylvan Scrying, that's 5 mana. And then Otawara would be 9 mana. So Dark Petition that way doesn't do it. So I think I'm supposed to hold on. Let's Balagad Recovery to make a mana with the Hidden Strings. Pretty sure I can beat this card the hard way. Okay. And now we'll Dark Petition. Go get the Lier wherever it is. Make blue. We'll play Lier. Okay. Balagad Recovery. Returning the Hidden Strings to make more mana. So if you Balagad Recovery the Hidden Strings, you get to essentially cast Hidden Strings 2 more times. It's just worth it. Yes, yes, no. And then Hidden Strings again. Yes, yes, and then it's free to Cipher the last time because it goes to exile anyway, if you don't. I think now I want to Impulse. We find Peer into the Abyss and Behold. Those cards are incredibly expensive with this creature in play. I mean, I can cast them both. I would have 0 mana floating. Hold on. So if I Dark Petition, it costs 7. And then with Petition, I can get a Hidden String. Cast Hidden Strings twice into Peer. That actually might do it. Alright, Dark Petition. Grab Hidden Strings. Cast Hidden Strings. Yes, yes, no. Hidden Strings. Yes, yes, yes. We will Peer targeting ourselves. Pretty sweet game so far. We'll draw 20 cards, and we found another Hidden Strings. Beautiful. I feel like at this point I should just win with that card on the table to, like, brag about how I don't even need to remove it. Alright, we have 20 cards left. Cycle the Vizier. Draw. I mean, I currently have no reason to even answer this card because I don't have anything that is taxed by it. Untap. Take a draw. Another Lotus Field. I do have the Otawara. Hidden Strings. Yes, yes, and why not? We'll Cipher again. So if you know what? I'm just going to... It's way cooler if I dunk on them and don't answer it. But I feel like it's so much more work for very little gain. Like, yeah, it looks cool, but it doesn't matter. They have 1 treasure open. So this will draw 9. We hit the final Hidden Strings. I wouldn't have made this play if our opponent wasn't a Karuga deck, but because they are, the 1 treasure shouldn't be able to kill me. Pore over pages. Discard a land. Pore over pages. Untap, untap. Discard a land. And we have 3 left on the bottom, so we can Pore 1 more time. Untap, untap. Discard. Now let's find wherever I put that Oracle. Here we go. Triggers. Look at us now. 2-0, undefeated. Looking to make playing your favorite combo deck much easier? Look no further than the Epic Storm Mini Token Combo Pack, which is available at theepicstorm.com/shop for $14.99. This combo token pack comes with 84 double-sided tokens. That includes our classic Storm and mana tokens, as well as fan favorites such as Goblins, Squirrels, and Slime Time Live. But that's not all. We've expanded this token pack to cover a variety of formats with new tokens. Stop on by theepicstorm.com/shop and make an easy decision to elevate your combo game. Round number 3, we're on the draw. Is this hand good enough? I don't know. I think I'm actually going to mulligan. It's just really slow. And this hand's already better. Keep. We'll just bottom the second copy of Beseiju. Mountain. Alright, so they're on red deck wins. I'd love to draw an Arboreal Grazer off the top. No such luck. Play the forest, pass the turn. Burning Tree Emissary. Okay. And to carry Zev. Being on the draw is really rough this game. Play Scrying. I'm not even sure what I'm supposed to get here. It's not. We don't have a utility land that would be good against red decks. I don't know. Not feeling too confident in my ability to get this one. On the draw, this hand just wasn't fast enough. I'm at 11. They still have 3 cards in hand. Hardcast of Vizier. Chump Blocker Duty. They play with fire targeting me, I'm at 9. And they scry to the top. Stomping Ground. Block the Ragavan. Do you have 3 damage? They did. I mean, they also had this Castellan Breath that would have killed me. That was rough. Okay, so we probably want the Path to Perils. We want the March. I don't know if we want Leyline. Let me look at a recent list. They have just Play with Fire. So I don't think we want the Leylines. I think I'm going to board out Peer into the Abyss. And then we need 2 more. I think 2 Growth Spiral. Actually, I'll do 1 Growth Spiral, 1 Dark Petition. Let's try this. On the play for game number 2. This has the combo in it. I can't mulligan this. If I die, I die. Breeding Pool, go. Stomping Ground. Okay. Just going to cast Impulse, looking for something good here. Guess we'll take a Lier. Monastery Swift Spear. And they get in. 17. Grazer, that was a good draw. Play the stage. Sylvan Scrying. Let's get the other Otawara. Play Grazer into Lotus Field. Sacrifice the 2 lands. We'll pass. If I could draw like a Pore over Pages, we might be able to win on my turn. They play with fire. They target me. Bushwhacker. I'm going to try to save a little bit of extra damage here. Block the Swift Spear. I'm at 10, and they have 3 in hand. Interesting. So if I copy Lotus Field, Hidden Strings, it brings me up to 6. I'm 1 mana short for the Lier play anyway. I'm going to pass. I have March to ensure that I live, which is good enough for me. Land 4. Swift Spear. So this is 7 coming in. No blocks. See if I can get information about what they're going to do here. Tarka's Command. So this puts me to 7. So hypothetically, I can march. I can copy and then march for 1, which leaves me dead. If I copy and then pitch Hidden Strings, I could march for 3, or I can just pay mana. And I think paying mana is probably the best option here. Okay. March of Swirling Mists. Come on, deck, please give me a Pore over Pages. One has 1 card in hand. Play the Avamaya. Copy Lotus Field. Hidden Strings. Yes, yes, no. Play Lier. Hidden Strings. Yes, yes, and yes. Cypher onto the Lier. Okay, deck. Impulse. Actually, I don't have... I thought I could impulse into Pore, but it looks like I was wrong. Am I just dead? I guess I could hold up March of Swirling Mists again. I think that's the play. So now they're attacking. March. I'll only have 1 mana left, so I won't be able to impulse this turn as well. In theory, you could march for 3 and then cast Impulse, but I don't want to risk dying. So I'm going to play it a little bit more cautiously here. I have 1 in hand. I do get the Cypher mode on Lier this turn. Path of Peril is not a good draw. Impulse. We hit Pore. Terrific draw. Cast it. That could have been better. Discard the Sylvan Scrying. Flashback Pore over Pages. Not loving my current position here. I think it's actually correct to show them. Do I really want to show them Path of Peril? So let's say I fizzle. I could Besage you their enchantment creature, and then bounce another creature and block 1 and potentially stay alive. Or block 2 because I have Grazer. I think I'm supposed to discard the Path of Peril. Cycle Vizier. Untap the Lotus Field. Draw. Okay. Let's cast Impulse. Another Pore. Blue, blue. The downside of this play is that they now know that I have Path of Peril. Alright, I believe that I have it from here, so I'm going to discard the Grazer. Cycle Vizier. And another Vizier. Cycle. Okay, draw. Blue, black, hidden strings. Yes, yes, no. Cast this Impulse. Gladly take another Pore. 31 cards. I'm not actually worried. We should be able to do this quite easily. Play a land. Hidden strings. Yes, yes, no. I'm gonna Impulse. Find Growth Spiral. Tap for triple green. Let's play Growth Spiral. The Sage has entered the battlefield. Play another Growth Spiral. Otawara. Keep the new one. Tap for blue. 4 over pages. 25 cards left. We find our Oracle. Discard a land. Let's Dark Petition. Just trying to see what's left. I think I'm going to get a Balagad Recovery. Whoops, I don't want that one. Return the Pore over pages. Cast the Pore. Untap, untap. Discard Lotus Field. Tap for green. Balagad Recovery, pick up the Pore. 18 cards left. Okay, untap, discard another land. 15 cards. Hidden strings, untap. Still have 2 more Pores in there. Cast it. Okay, discard. Make a green. Balagad Recovery, pick up another Pore over pages. I know that this part seems a little bit tedious, but it's a way of winning without using what is it called? Peer into the Abyss. We're at 9 cards at the moment. Balagad Recovery will flash back the Pore. Blue. Pore over pages. Discard. 6 cards left. Cast it again. 3 cards left on the library. And we will cast this Pore over the pages. Discard a land. Play the Oracle. Trigger. We've won game number 2. Now we need to stay alive for game number 3. I'm just going to resubmit. Okay, so we've opened up March, but we don't have a blue source, no access to Lotus Field either, and they've kept 7, so there's 0% chance we can keep that. Going to 5. Not a bad 5. Get rid of Dark Petition, and it's got to be the Pore. Okay. Mountain. Can I please draw Arboreal Grazer off the top? Draw. Sanctum Pass. Burning Tree Emissary. Oh no. Not like this. Okay, not Bushwhacker. Whew. Okay. I mean, still not great for me, but it's not Bushwhacker. I have 2 in hand and I'm at 18. Another hidden string. So I'm going to Impulse. I guess I can just... Oh my god. That really just happened? Modal lag. Wow, I can't believe that just happened. I was going to Impulse looking for Path of Peril, and then I was going to say, well, I guess we can just cast this on their turn. Or alternatively, you can tap 1 land and pass the turn. How disappointing. Oh, geez. So now we're on the draw exactly Path of Peril off the top row plan. Disappointment. Okay, so in theory, I could Impulse into March and live a turn. And it was here It was here, and the misclick ruined it. Oh, I'm gonna cry myself to sleep. All right, we are now 2-1. I don't know if I'm supposed to file reimbursement over this or not, but it certainly feels bad. If you're still watching, make sure to give this video a like, comment, and subscribe. While you're near the description, here's a reminder to use our affiliate links if you're going to make a purchase from Amazon, Cardhoarder, or TCG Player. Just above those affiliate links, you'll find our social channels. Make sure to join those to connect with us. Match number 4, we're on the draw against Claudio, Magic Online Pioneer Grinder. They've revealed a Gigantha. They're known for playing Niv-to-Light, but recently Gigantha has meant aggro deck, so I don't really know how to feel. We've opened up the Growth Spiral in case they were an aggro deck. I don't know. Food for thought. Okay. They have Growth Spiral. We'll play a land and pass. Land number 4. Nahiri the Harbinger. Sure thing. Certainly looks like Niv-to-Light. We will also play Growth Spiral. We drew the stage. Wow. Looking pretty good here. We will copy. Pass the turn. Is this a Bring to Light? It is. They picked up a Velky. They plussed it. Okay. So I just need to go off here. So Pore over Pages is +1 mana. And that's a win. Okay. Tap for a bunch of mana. Hidden Strings. Yes, yes, no. Play Lier. Hidden Strings again. Yes, yes, no. Impulse. Take Dark Petition. We will cast Dark Petition. Go get the Peer into the Abyss. Tap this for green. Let's Balagad Recovery. Return Hidden Strings. Hidden Strings. Yes, yes, no. Hidden Strings again. Yes, yes, no. Tap for triple black. Cast Peer. We'll draw 21 cards. 4 over Pages. Untap. 18 cards left in deck. 4 again. Discard a land. 4 over Pages. Untap, untap. Discard land. 12 cards left in deck. Trying to do this as quickly as possible. 4 over Pages. Discard lands. 4 over Pages again. Who doesn't love drawing cards? Am I right? We need one more Pore to end this game, but we did not find one. Okay, I guess we'll cycle some Viziers. Untap. Take a draw. Untap. This will bring us down to 4 cards in deck. Impulse. There's a Pore. I know that I could cast Thassa's Oracle here, but I'd rather just do it with an empty library. You can fault me if you want. Untap, untap. Discard. And now we'll play the Oracle. So there was a reason our opponent Claudio did not concede. They're a deck that often plays slaughter games. So they want to know what my win condition is so they can name it. Because of that, we're going to bring in Niv-Mizzet. So that way we can dodge that a little bit. Mystical Dispute. Thought Distortion. We'll get rid of the Arboreal Grazers. Brought out Growth Spiral as well. So then it becomes, do you want to bring in Leyline of Sanctity for Niv-to-Light? I don't know. It's been a while since I've looked at a Niv-to-Light list, so I'm going to see if I can even find one. According to Goldfish, it's about 2% of the metagame. They no longer play the main deck. Oh no, this does have the main deck slaughter games. And here's our opponent's deck list, Claudio, which did not have a main deck slaughter games, or even a sideboard one. They do have a couple copies of Thoughtseize, Vanishing Verse, Comball. Comball's a real pain in the butt. Let's bring in March and a value Leyline. Why not? I don't know if that's actually better than Growth Spiral, but if we open hand it, it will be sweet. I think we have to mulligan that. Here's the ley line. Would it have been better as a growth spiral? Probably not. I'm going to go to 5. Keep. Seems reasonable. Play a tap land. We'll take a draw. Lotus Field number 2. Woodland Cemetery. Sylvan Carotid. Pass. So they'll know that I have Mystical Dispute in hand. Untapped Steam Vents. Interesting. 3rd Lotus Field. I'm supposed to just play out the stage here to represent countering Bring to Light, but I can't actually play the Lotus Field next turn either. If I want to hold open Mystical Dispute, that is. Velki gets in. Actually, I can if I copy their Steam Vents or my Botanical Sanctum. I lied. They put their companion to hand. Copy Sanctum. Draw for turn. Our draw steps have not been great this game. They cycle a Triome. Another Growth Spiral. Sylvan Carotid. So they're just trying to get to the point where they can play a Bring to Light through my Mystical Dispute. 4 over pages. Pass the turn. They have Gigantha and 3 Unknowns in hand. I take the hit from Velki. They're just hardcasting the Gigantha. Kind of surprised by that. 2 cards in hand. Copy the Lotus Field. Impulse. So they could have like a Dovin's Veto or something here. I'm still going to attempt the Pore over pages. I have to do something. This Dovin's Veto. It's always the veto. Impulse. Petition's a good find. Pass the turn. This looks like Bring to Light. Attempt to Mystical Dispute. They're likely to pay. They only did for 4, so I wonder what they're going to name here. Combo. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so I'm probably just dead. I get 3 spells I'm allowed to cast. This brings me to 5. What's the play? So I can Dark Petition for Lier. And then Pore, and then I have to hit the answer off the Pore. I don't even think I have enough mana for that. I think I'm just dead. I could get Niv-Mizzet. If I get Niv-Mizzet, can I cast it? I think the answer is no. Well, I could cast the Niv, but then I have no spells to play into it. Okay, game 3. Gonna get rid of the ley line. Bring in the path. Click submit. Game 3, we're on the play. It turns out I forgot to update our record after that previous game. We are 2-1. This is match 4, just for the clarification. No chance. Going to 6. Really supposed to go to 5? This hand just doesn't do anything. To 5. This is way better than the other 2, so yeah, keep. Okay. Sanctum pass the turn. Triome. Draw. We'll go get Lotus Field, but it's a little bit odd because I don't want to have to sacrifice the Thespian stage. You play a Carotid. Draw for turn. To march. So we've drawn both of our answers to combo. Play the Scrying. I'm going to bluff an answer like Mystical Dispute here. See if they'll respect it. And it looks like they are. Draw. Float some mana. Play the Lotus Field. Copy it. And then the sacrifice triggers happen. Pass. This could be a turn where they Niv-to-Light, or I'm sorry, what is it called? Bring to Light, and they did not. I could try to keep them off colors here by killing the Carotid. I just don't know how good that is. I think I'm going to pass. They find land 5. And they're still passing. Draw. A good one. Thought Distortion. Holy guacamole. So they have Surrak and Omnath in hand. Pass the turn. Sure. That's an Omnath. So I could cleave Path to Peril on my turn. And that might be the play. I'm going to go to 14. They have 1 card. Alright, so let's start off on pour over pages. Discard the march. Black. Play the land. Dark Petition. Grab hidden strings. Hidden strings. Cancel. Hidden strings, let's try that again. Oh, apparently I tapped for black, that's why it's not working. Okay. Play the Lier, Disciple of the Drowned. Cast Pore. Discard. Stage. Cast Impulse. Find hidden strings. Cast Impulse again. Behold the Beyond. Play the hidden strings. Yes, yes, no. Hidden strings again. Yes, yes, no. Tap for black mana. Let's behold the Beyond. A lot of different ways to skin a cat here. Dark 24. Strings. Niv-to-Light strings. Okay. Yes, yes, no. Blue, red. Play the Niv-to-Light. Auto yield. Save targets. Opponent concedes. We're 3-1. One match left to go. Let's go get it. With Card Hoarder, renting your favorite combo deck has never been easier. There isn't a more affordable solution for Magic Online. Want to play the deck in this video? Check out the pinned comment below to easily rent the deck from Card Hoarder. Did you know you can rent the Epic Storm from Card Hoarder for as little as 7 tickets a week? We've made it simple to do so by including a button to rent the entire deck at theepicstorm.com/decklist. The 5th and final round on Lotus Field Combo. Our opponent reveals Gigantha. I'd be surprised if they were also on Niv-to-Light. So here we have the double Grazer, Grazer plus Growth Spiral opening. We don't have access to Lotus Field or Stage. Usually Grazer is very good against these Gigantha matchups, though. I think you're supposed to mulligan. Going to 5. This one's decent. Bottom of Grazer and Besage You. Alright, play out this Grazer, put Sanctum into play and pass the turn. This looks like the Gruul aggro deck again. Dark Petition. We need to find Lotus Field. We already have a stage. It's Otawara versus Pore. I think you're supposed to just take the Pore. Trust that your deck will give you a Lotus Field at some point. Pass. Block. If you want to spend your turn stomping my creature, go ahead. And they do. Cool. Lotus Field. No dice. Pass the turn. They have land number 3. I have to imagine that their turn is going to be a Lovestruck Beast. It is. We will copy our Botanical Sanctum. So this means if we draw an untapped land, I can cast Pore looking for Lotus Field. Draw. God damn it. Cycle. Untap the Sanctum. Draw. I mean, it found Lotus Field, so that's really what matters here. Sacrifice, sacrifice. We can copy the Lotus Field next turn, but if we don't draw like a Hidden Strings, I don't believe we'll be able to win. We're taking 6 damage down to 13. We know that they have a Bone Crusher that they can play. Alright, so that represents lethal, I believe. Draw. We hit the Hidden Strings. Undo that. Copy. What is going on right here? Just very glitchy. What? Are you kidding me? It copied? Oh my. Please don't kill me. This could have been a win. Magic Online is not my friend tonight. It's super glitchy. And that's lethal. I'm going to take some draws here. I want to know what I would have drawn off this Pore. Yep, and I'm going to go to -1. So this other Hidden Strings would have been enough to Dark Petition into Lier. That would have been a win. It's a little defeating. So now I have to fight an uphill battle going into post-board. Their board doesn't have much other than Cinder Vines in it, and I don't think I'm supposed to board for Cinder Vines. I'm going to resubmit. Yes, I'd like to be on the play. Sure. Play Otawara, pass the turn. Playing out Otawara first, because if I draw a land that doesn't deal me damage, I'd rather play that over the Yevamaya. They play Mystic. I'm going to lead on Impulse, because if I find one land, I don't have to. I can then get the other. It is very clunky at the moment. Fable of the Mirrorbreaker. I'll take one. Sylvan Scrying. We'll go get Lotus Field. Play it. Pass. They play Sokazan into Cindervines. Into a second Cindervines. Wow. That's annoying. Another stage. Cycle this Vizier. Wow, double Cindervines. Copy. Play the Lotus Field. Or play the Thassa Oracle. I can't talk. I'm so frustrated over that game one. We don't want either of those. Am I going to be double Cindervines? We have 3 Besejus in our deck. It's gonna be tough. Block. They play a Chariot. Cindervines number 3. Are you kidding me? Come on, deck. I don't think I can beat this. I don't play Blast Zone. Admittedly, Blast Zone would be the card to get me out of this situation. But when you're playing Growth Spiral, Blast Zone has such a huge drawback. I think they've got me. Like, realistically, I can't beat this. Alright, so we'll Dark Petition. I'll take 3. Find Beseju. Blow up a Cindervines. Play a stage. Copy Lotus Field. And they have Stomp. Yep. It doesn't really matter. I've lost. Okay, I'm at 1, so no matter what I do, I'm dead to Cindervines. Shock. Oh, it won't even let me pay life. Okay, let me cast a spell real quick. Now we're dead to Cindervines. So this was a 3-2 where both of my losses came with a misclick, which was pretty frustrating. I'm not saying I would have won either match, but if you look at the game 3 versus the Atarka Red deck, they would have had 1 card in hand. I would have been at 9 life. I think there's a reasonable chance I win that. I think there's a definite chance I win that game 1 against green-red mid-range. Who would have known about the post-war games after that? I'd probably lose. If they had this strong game 2, I would lose. But then there's a game 3. And instead, I just got ran over. So this league feels a little bit like a lost cause to me. In the matches where I didn't misclick, I won. So I don't know. I don't want to sit here and complain too much because I'm pretty frustrated right now. But thank you for watching. I do appreciate it. I'm sorry that maybe I should have restarted Magic Online at some point. Maybe that's on me. Cheers, keep storming, have a great day, and good luck at your RCQ. Hey, Bryant Cook here. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe, but also follow the social media channels down below. If you want to support this content directly, I would recommend going to theepicstorm.com/shop. And if you need a little bit of assistance with the Epic Storm to get to that next level, I would recommend going to theepicstorm.com/tutoring. Don't worry, there's more great content coming right up.